So the planetary alignment is already going on, as you all know, and the media and social media everywhere, they were saying that you will be able to observe it on 25th of January, which is not exactly the truth, because you can even notice all the planets aligned in the sky even before 25th of January and even after 25th of January. Today itself is 27th of January. You can see this video that you are watching. It's getting recorded on 27th of January exactly, and still I can notice, and you would be able to notice this planetary alignment even during mid of February, something like that, until the planet doesn't some of the planets doesn't really go away from the aligned positions. Apart from that, right now I'm going to show you how all the planets are going to look one by one. So we are looking into the east direction of my location, and here, that bright object you can see in the center of the screen, that is the Mars. Exactly here, my finger won't focus, but I hope you can see. And if we move upwards a little bit, then there is the Jupiter, and if you move a little bit more ahead, you can notice there is the Pleiades star cluster, and right next to it there is the planet Uranus. I know you cannot see it right now, but don't worry, even I cannot see it. And even with the telescope it is a bit more tough to see, but it takes a little bit time to align the telescope in that exact point of Uranus, and with a good magnification we can notice and observe the planet Uranus. And now if you move towards the west, you would be able to notice extremely bright object. Looks like a star, but it's not a star, but the planet Venus that we are looking at. Right below it there is the planet Saturn, which is the last planet of current alignment that we can see right now with our naked eye. And right above the Venus somewhere there is the planet Neptune. Enough talking, so now let's check out all the planets one by one in my telescope, and let's see how they look. I will show you live view of each and every planet that is visible from our naked eye, and I won't be able to cover the two planets, that is Neptune and Uranus, of course, for the obvious reasons. They are not gonna be targeted very easily. It's gonna take more time to me, and this is just a quick view of all the planets that is visible to us in the planetary alignment. Let's go. So here is my setup. This is the telescope that I'm using. This is Astromaster 130Q from Celestron. Okay, and I'm gonna take use of this planetary camera that you can see. This is from ZWO 6700 MC. Here you can see, I hope it is visible. Okay, so it also has one filter in it. This is UV air cut filter. So let's check out how everything is gonna look. Okay, so now we will see one by one all the planets using my telescope. Before we start, I will let you know that two planets, that is Neptune and Uranus, it's not quite possible to show you on the go like this, because it's a bit of time consuming process to find out those planets with the mapping of stars like one by one, and we have to observe for some time that if it is really that planet, only after that, and also that needs really high magnification, and for all those things right now we don't have time. So whichever planets are visible, like we will start from west side, and the first planet is Saturn, then Venus, then Jupiter, then Mars, like that we will see one by one. So without any further ado, let's go. Okay, so right now our telescope is pointing towards the west, and nearby the Venus, that is the very bright planet that you can see. Nearby that there is a very dim object that you can see, that is the actually Saturn. So right now I'm pointing my telescope exactly on the Saturn. Okay, and here what we can see, this is our planet Saturn. It's nearby the horizon, that's why the visibility is poor, but you can see the rings are already visible. Let me decrease the brightness a little bit. Okay, if I decrease it, I think this looks fair enough. You can see the rings of the Saturn are also visible a little bit. Apart from that, it is in vertical position, which means if you are looking into the telescope directly, it would be looking in this position because I have aligned the camera exactly in that way. Okay, so our telescope is right now pointing at Venus, very bright object in the night sky. Okay, and we are ready to observe Venus as well. I am already pointing, and you can see this is the Venus. Let me decrease some brightness. I think this one looks good. Let's zoom into it. I know it is too bright, so let's decrease the gain. Okay, after decreasing the gain, the Venus has started to show its visibility. It's still very bright, so I need to decrease the exposure as well. I'll decrease it. I think this one looks good. See the level of detail you can see of the Venus. Oops, it moves really fast. I just wanted to zoom like this. Okay, you can see this is the Venus right now. You're watching it exactly live directly from the telescope, and there is the Venus. Here is the Venus that you watch. Right now I'm not doing any capturing. I'm here just to show you how all the planets are going to look. So let's move towards our another planet, which is, you all know, the giant planet of our solar system, that is Jupiter, which is exactly here, almost in my meridian point, 90 degree almost. So let's point our telescope. Okay, so finally our telescope is pointing towards the Jupiter, which is here. Okay, and let's see how the Jupiter looks from this setup. 1, 2, and 3. Here it is. I know it is too bright. Let me decrease the brightness. I think this looks good. Let me make some adjustment so that you can see another moon as well. That is the another moon. Okay, let me decrease the gain a little bit. Yes, so now you can see 4 of its moon. I know it looks extremely beautiful, right? Yeah, so 4 of its moons, and in the center it's Jupiter. Yeah, I know the cloud bands are not visible of the Jupiter because of the exposure, so let's decrease some gain and exposure. I will put the gain to 0, and let's decrease the exposure. Yes, I think now you can already see some details of surface feature of the planet Jupiter. And let me tell you one more very important thing. You're watching everything without the use of Barlow lens. Yes, I'm not using any Barlow lens. It is just the camera and the telescope itself. Can you see the level of details? It looks really great. And let me zoom into it a bit more. Yep. So right now we are watching the planet Jupiter from our system live. Okay, so let's move to our another planet, that is Mars, which is located in east direction. Okay, so right now our telescope is pointing at the planet Mars. If I show you that's here. That reddish type of shade that you can see in the star in the center of the screen, that is the planet Mars. And this telescope is pointing at that. And here is our result. Let me decrease some exposure. Yep, here it is. This is our planet Mars. Let me take it to the center. Okay. I think that looks fine. Too much, too much, too much. Okay, so I think this looks fine. Right now the Mars is exactly in the center of the screen. Let me decrease exposure, but before that the gain 0. Only the Mars is visible, and I will zoom a little bit so that you can have good view. Okay, now I will decrease the exposure slowly, and here it is. It is so much windy, that's why it is moving like this. Okay, so I had to wait until the wind was stopped to blowing, and finally here we are able to see the planet Mars, and you can already see some features of it here. There are some dark spots that you can see, and here is the ice cap on the top here side and left upper area, and it is very windy. But here you can see this is the Mars. This is the best I could show you right now because of the windy situation. Since some days I was not able to make the video because of this reason. It was really challenging because of the windy weather. Here it is mostly windy during the month of January. So that was all. Okay, and so we have gone through all the planets, and you have seen all the planets starting from the west to east direction. And if you look into the east direction, it starts from the Mars and go to the meridian point, that is Jupiter. And the another two visible planets on the west side, that is Venus, and the Saturn is the last one. Remaining two planets, that is Uranus and Neptune, they are not going to be visible for the obvious reasons. We will see about other two planets in another video. So that's it for this video, and see you in the another one.